Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video on Bitcoin. We're going to do a full update. We had some major news come in overnight, at least for me overnight. I think it was in the late afternoon, maybe evening for the US, but we'll talk about that because we got some news regarding the crypto summit later today. But also the strategic Bitcoin reserve, and I just wanted to give you my thoughts on that. That's also one of the key reasons why we had this drop, which, by the way, was expected, right? If you watched my video yesterday and the day before that, what I said is that, I think we can, like, in the end, I think Bitcoin is forming some sort of a range, and I think so far that has been confirmed. We still have to figure out what the exact range highs and range lows are, but okay. We'll figure that out with time, but what I said is that I think it's quite likely that we'll move up into that level at 92,000, but I do expect us to reject from there. And in this case, the news helped a little bit, but one of the reasons why I expected us to reject from there was also the possibility of a sell the news effect, and we did not have that, at least not yet. But the news did push us down. But that was as expected, right? So it's not the end of the world. And yesterday, what we also saw, before we talk about the news, what we also saw, taking a look at the fundamentals here, is that the stock market remained relatively bearish, right? I mean, we had an opening basically as expected as well in the market update. We closed the gap after the open to the upside and then continued to drop down. We also had some remarks by Trump that he was not even looking at the market. So in general, I mean, the idea of creating some bad short-term markets in order to get some good gains again later on seems to be working out. However, that doesn't mean that doesn't matter. What we had, the major news was the following, and that's this. That he signs an executive order to establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve. They will not acquire additional assets for crypto stockpile outside of forfeiture, and more executive orders at 2:30 Eastern time, which I have no idea when that is. I think it's... No, I have no idea. But we'll see over the course of today, I'd say. But so what that means is that, yes, there will be a strategic Bitcoin reserve. However, the United States government will not buy Bitcoin. And I think that's pretty much the same for all the other assets as well. I would be very surprised if they would not buy Bitcoin, but that they will start accumulating Solana, Cardano, and XRP. So that's why we dropped down. Now, in the end, when I woke up this morning, though, there were kind of two things, right? Because, I mean, first of all, this is, or at least it seems to be, less than what the market was expecting, because we dropped down. However, we did bounce right here from 85,000, and I am not 100% sure if the market expected the US government to actually buy crypto, right? And that was also something I've thought about a lot in the last couple of weeks. Like, do I really think that the US government will start to buy Bitcoin? And I was also quite uncertain. So even though this might seem like bearish news at first, I don't actually think it's that bearish. And I think the price action agrees with me on that. I think we are still finding a consolidation here. And I think that hasn't changed. And I would actually say that Bitcoin, compared to the S&P 500 right here, is actually holding up relatively well. And in the end, it is also bullish that they will not sell those forfeited Bitcoins. Right, so that actually is good news. And what that also creates is it creates an aligned incentivization. I did not pronounce that correctly, but it's an early morning. But the incentives are aligned, right? I mean, right now it's also in the best interest of the US government to have a strong Bitcoin price at the very least, and depending on how big those other stockpiles will be, some other steady prices for crypto as well. So I would actually say that this news is relatively bullish. And that therefore, look, I see no indication right now that we're going to get a bullish breakout above our main resistance right here at 93,000. Maybe that's possible with what happens with the White House crypto summit. But for now, momentum is low, spot volume is low. So I would say it's more likely that we will actually get a stronger bounce, but that we will remain stable. And then based on how the stock market continues to develop over the course of today. We also have some major economic news, by the way. There's a lot going on, but I'll still keep you updated on that. I might even do a live stream during that. So keep an eye on the channel. But I think other kind of macroeconomic, but also crypto-specific policies will determine the next direction. But I don't think we're going to crash because of this news. I think we'll remain stable, and I think short term we can even expect some bullish momentum. But that's what I think you need to know for now. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. For now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.